Hello, traders. It's gonna be the weekly recap for the past week. I couldn't upload it this weekend, and I'm sorry about that, but I had personal issues, not issues, but matters to attend to, and I couldn't do it. But based on the poll I did on Instagram, you guys still wanted it to be recorded and uploaded, so this is what I'm doing. If I sneeze at some point, please um, forgive me for this because a bit I'm feeling a bit cold and I have a runny nose. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the video. Okay, let's go to Monday. So Monday was pretty straightforward. So previous week recap ended with this buy. So what I saw was a break retest. I told you guys this is liquidity for me, and even more so because this low couldn't make a higher high. So this is going to be a liquidity that could feed any POI below here. Whatever POI you have, it doesn't need to go to your POI, but it's a good indication or it's a good confluence that your zone could hold. Because I was doing the videos for the free course in Portuguese that I'm uploading on my channel, I couldn't look for lower time frame entries, so I just executed the buy from this order block on the 1 hour, 16 pip stop, and TP on previous day high. That was the trade. See how this is so stress free? If you can go to higher time frames and get this type of trades once, twice a week, that's all you need. I don't think you need the lower time frames, but we are greedy. So we go to lower time frames. We got more losses and we are more stressed. But anyway, this is a topic for another video, maybe. But this is what I did. So pretty good trade was a 1 to 4, good enough, right? So because I was busy, no smaller time frame trades, none of that. So I could, there was probably good trades to get here, but I didn't do it. So this was Monday. Tuesday, by the way, if you want to check these entries, you can go to the link in the description. It will take you to my Instagram and you go to highlights and you're going to see every single trade I'm showing here. I executed them. And you can check the highlights, more entries, and you will see all of them there and the explanations probably. But I still do these recaps because it's helping people. So I'm gonna keep doing them. So right now I'm gonna ask you if you like this content, please like it. Please comment if it's been helping you or it's been useful to you. And it's gonna give me a push to keep doing this. So it's motivation, right? So for Tuesday, we had stop hunted the previous day high. In this case, this was Monday, previous day high was Friday, stop hunted. And during Asia, this is what I saw here. So I only expect Asia high or low to hold when it has done something. And by something, I mean stop hunting some really important liquidity and breaking structure. And on the 15 minute, this is what I like to confirm this. We stop hunted the previous day high and we broke structure here. We create short-term highs, so we are expecting price to hold from these highs, right? So just before London Open, we have these relative equal highs. We have some FVG above. I just executed the sell on 50% of the FVG. And I put my stop loss of 5 pips. It was a little bit above where the FVG would close. So just to give you some buffer. So my TP initially was here. So I closed some partials there and I left a runner to this break and retest liquidity. So again, I use it to confirm entries, but I also use it as targets. So resistance, breakdown, breakup, retest, continuation. So that's liquidity. So I TP'd it right there. And I try to catch, based on this break and retest liquidity, I'm trying to use the liquidity below these lows to try to get a pullback, at least to these supply zones or order blocks, whatever, and sell some more, right? So what I did here, I think I was on the 5 minute for this, and it was just rejection after taking this, which was the TP for this, and I just executed on the next candle right there, on the rejection, somewhere there. I always, as I told you, not always, but 95, 90% of the time I market execute. So this is what I did. And I got a break even for this one. And I was expecting price to go higher. Like, there's reasons for price to go higher. One of them is we had mitigation blocks here, other blocks there. But also, I'm looking at that liquidity as probably fuel for price to go up. But it ended up not going. So, London kill zone was done here. During New York kill zone, let me show you the 15 minutes so you can see what I saw. And I thought, this is what I thought, right? Again, break of support, and I saw these as the test as resistance. So I saw that high as potential liquidity for then price to hold from these areas here for more sells. It didn't happen. And why didn't it happen? Because the retest happened on this candle, not that. So if I had seen this, what I could have done is, if I saw that the break and retest happened here, then the stop hunt was this move up. I didn't have anything to base my trade on around here, but this would be the setup to sell probably to these lows. Some trade. Let's suppose we had a um, point of interest here, we could do something like this. Again, just based on break, retest here, stop hunt of the break and retest here. But I failed to see that. So I was still seeing this as the break and retest liquidity. So I was trying to buy some more here. And I tried to buy here on the 1 minute time frame. Let me show you right here. So New York kill zone opens is the green box, 7 right here. New York time, yeah. So we stop hunt, we move up. Another bad thing is there was no shift in market structure here. If price went above here and then came back, it would be a better trade. But it still worked, right? So I executed on the 1 minute candle that stop hunts this London low right there. I execute, and I was trying to take that as I thought it was the break and retest liquidity. Then it created relative equal highs with this. It ran all this liquidity, but again, I didn't see none of that because I'm focused on that high going. So when I saw these equal highs, it was a break even after this break, after this impulsive move. But I'm thinking equal highs, maybe price is really going to take this because that's liquidity, as you know. But it didn't work. It broke down, and I misjudged this completely from this point onwards. And then if we go to the 1 hour, this is what happened. We came back to the same place I bought on Monday, but now we are stop hunting London low. So I'm trying to use the liquidity from London low to, let me just change this, my TP was initially here. I'm trying to use the liquidity below London low on the previous day to take price, not to take, but to expect price to go higher. So what happened here? Again, this was just a, on the 3 minute, there was a, and I believe, yeah, on the 3 minute, that's an FVG on the 3 minutes. So Maybe I was looking in the 3 minutes and I don't want to go there right now. But let me go there. Let me go there so I can show you something. I really like to see when I'm confirming a shift in order flow. So what happened here? So this high that is confirming my shift in order flow is a high that balances a bearish FVG or bearish imbalance. So balances, continues, then breaks. So that's a good high to confirm a shift in order flow. And again, I have this low that fails to make a higher high. So that's a weak low. That's my inducement. And I execute it on the 50% of the 5 minute order block right there. And again, I was trying to go to those equal highs. So I'm being stubborn about those equal highs. What I failed to see again is that there was a support, break, resistance, better TP here. That's it. That could be my trade. 6R, that's it. But I closed 4R partials and I was trying to ride it there. But the better TP, use the break and retest liquidity, guys. That's the best thing you can do for targets. Again, kill zone is done here. I got break even on the rest of the position after the partials. And here, after taking that break and retest liquidity, there is a shift in the 3 minutes and there is this retest. And you could enter this sell if you trade after the kill zone. And where would you target? Again, easily. Break, retest. That's your TP. That's it. And you could end your day here. That's a 4R. It's even a better trade than this one, right? We have liquidity supporting. We have a shift. We have liquidity to target. It's just the best scenario or the best conditions you can have to execute trades. So that was Tuesday. And again, I was trying, the market at this point was bearish. Stop hand, we are breaking, but I'm trying, and this was my mistake this past week. I was trying to hold the counter trend trades, and I was TPing, I was taking profits on the trades that were pro trend, which was weird. So to me, it was the worst trade in terms of decision in the past 3 months for me. It was good. I was still in profit. I ended up in profits. But in terms of decision, it was pretty bad. If it wasn't my way of managing trades, 4R partials and etc., it would have been a bad trade with more losses than I should get. Let's see, Wednesday. Again, forcing reversals. I saw price take previous day low here, another day low here, so I'm expecting price has to go up. Price doesn't have to do anything you want or anything I want. I was seeing inefficiencies and I was trying to catch buys into those areas. But let me show you what I saw here. I think M15, no M5. Is it M5? M3? Show you why I entered that trade. It wasn't okay. Yeah. So this is the support I showed you in the previous video. So sell candle followed by buy candle. So that's good support. And because I was trying to guess, that's guessing, that price should go up. And I had reasons, right? Like this is top hunt right here. And this could probably be a good zone to sell. And it was good. It was good. And then we have this break and retest with previous day low right there. That's a good liquidity at least to take right there. But it didn't work, right? It didn't work. Right here, I have no shift here to base my trade on. And right here, we came back to a 1 hour point of interest. Let me show you this one, okay? This was refined on the lower time frame, but this is a good zone because it stop hunts, which is what we want to see, and it expands up. It wasn't retested, so price comes here. I'm expecting a reaction at least. And on the 1 minute, I believe I based this trade on right there. See, no shift, no shift, loss, win. So that's why I still execute this trade because sometimes it works. I have liquidity backing up. I have a point of interest, price reacting, creating imbalances or FVGs right here. So I'm executing based on that one, right? On that very last candle because I'm still expecting that pullback to come that I was expecting here. And it worked this time. So this is not the type of trade I would advise you to take. Please don't take it. Don't take this type of trades. But this is the type of trade I take when I'm up for the day or up for the week. On this day, I wasn't up. The first trade was a loss, but I was up for the week based on the previous days. Yeah. So I executed, and I was just targeting the retest of that here. And again, I couldn't take trades here because it was outside of hours. Q-zone starts here, but again, you have break, you have retest. If you have reasons to sell from here, sell it, man. So that's the break, that's the retest, little continuation, stop hunts, and it just drops down. That's a good zone to look for a sell. I didn't, and I didn't see anything clear on New York for that day. Okay, so that was Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday was FOMC day, Thursday. For Thursday, I didn't have trades until outside of hours during New York. Here, I had this stop hunt that was around FOMC, stop hunt, breaks here. I was trying to sell from here on the next day. Just go to 15 minutes, I can show you better. Okay, has a little internal liquidity. There is this run. I was trying to catch a buy to then sell here. But I was expecting Asia low to go, and then I would confirm my trade however I want to confirm it, right? A break, a retest, setup, whatever, right? So we push up, we expand, and GU and gold, that's why I entered on gold on this day. GU and gold stop hunted the Asia low for this day, but EU didn't. And I could see that as a SMT divergence taught by ICT, but I didn't. And like even here, I could see that Asia low stop hunted the low of the previous day. It should hold, but there was nothing really clear here to buy from. I was expecting this to go, so I missed all these moves. It was like a 70 pip move. So by here on, it was around 10, around 11 New York time. I just used the liquidity from London low to get into a trade. I was teaching about liquidity from previous sessions on the Portuguese course or the Forex course in Portuguese I'm uploading on YouTube. So it was more of a trade to prove a point. So I executed the trade before I started recording the video. And I came back at the end of the video and I saw that it worked out. And the idea was basically to stop hunt the low. So we stop hunt the low of London, kill zone. Here, stop hunt, we have a break of both these eyes. Break, break. We create FVG on the 1 minute. We have a little break, retest on that candle, tries to push higher, closes here, then stop hunts that break and retest on the 1 minute. And then it comes to an FVG. You could have used the breaker as well. Why is it a breaker? It has a buy to sell that creates a lower low, It should respect and continue, but it breaks instead with some aggression, leaves the FEG. My trade was based on the FEG. So I was just trying to get this high. And again, I'm trying to hold trades that are very counter trend, just trying to catch the reversal very, very early. Key takeaway from this video, don't do that. Don't do that. Just close early, close on previous support zones. But again, I'm managing 4 hour, I'm taking partials, but for real, I could have had a much better week if I had decided to take my profits early on the buys and held the sells. But I'm a day trader, so I'm not gonna hold, but I shouldn't hold buys either. I try to hold buys and um, take profits on the sells, which was a very bad decision. So that was break even on the rest after the partials. And Friday, last one, what did we have? All right. So Friday. So I have Asia. Stop hunts break structure. I had one problem with Asia. The only problem I had with Asia was this: equal highs. Usually when this happens, I'm not gonna take any trade from near Asia high. But I had previous day low creating low resistance liquidity with New York low, right? So this is liquidity to target, really good liquidity to target. If I had reasons to sell from here, I'm taking my profits around this liquidity. And what did I see? I saw, again, break and retest. That's the setup I like to enter from. So I'm going to sell above the liquidity from these retests. And I got a loss because of spreads here. So the first trade I based it on this order block on the 5 minute. So it didn't take out, but I think spread just screwed me over. So it took me out, and then immediately as I was taken out, I saw that on the 15 minute we had a doji. And if you don't know, the dojis have the most of its volume on the body of the candle. So I marked that zone and executed the re-entry trade, and I manage my stop loss based on the breaker here. Sell to buy candles, consecutive break. This should hold for buys. It didn't. It broke. So this zone becomes a breaker. So that stop loss there was based on that breaker holding. And my TP was somewhere in Asia on this day. I believe this one. Yes. So just in case we take out this low and we decide to reverse. But it was low resistance anyways. And I could have held this to the end of the day, but I didn't. Like, I could take partials and hold and then try to look for the buys. I tried to and I got losses. So anyway, let's go back here and explain my losses on my loss. I had one loss and one break even after this. Again, just because of the price action, I'm anticipating very, very early. Like there's anticipating and there's anticipating very early. So that was premature. I was trying to catch reversals again. It was a bad week in terms of decisions. What do I see? I don't see any break in market structure, but I see a shift. A shift happens when a high is taken on a bearish market. So a high was taken, there's a break and retest. That's the same setup I'm taking all day long, but it didn't hold. Again, I'm trying to take to these highs, break and retest. I enter based on the order block here. It doesn't work. So my session is done here. I come back during New York kill zone. and this is what I saw. Again, trying to catch the reversals when I have no need. So I based this trade on the 3 minute candle around there. And this was a better trade than this one because here we shift structure. Again, this high that we are taking out is a high that balances a bearish inefficiency. So that's a good one. But then I'm trying to hold to here when I could just hold to break and retest liquidity around here. But this was probably because of the stop loss. I was trying to get a risk reward that is worth it. So there was better POIs lower, and if I entered lower, I could target this and have a 1 to 5, 1 to around there was in the 1 minute. 1 to 5, 1 to 6. But because my entry wasn't the best, I was trying to get it to here, and my entry was above. So I got a break even for this trade. So this was my week. I hope it helps you see how I enter trades and also help you see how I made mistakes this week, especially deciding to hold trades that were counter trend and take my profits early on the trades that were pro trend. So a good key takeaway from this: don't hold trades that are counter trend. Don't try to predict where market is going to reverse. Let the market show you that it wants to reverse, right? So I think that's it. If you like this type of content, please like the video. Please comment that it's been helpful. It's going to motivate me to keep doing this every single week. Yeah, than that, just keep grinding. I'll adjust the things I made mistakes on the previous week, and I hope um, both me and you can have a better week this week. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have. God bless you all. I can't speak today, sorry guys, but God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.